Billy Olson quite literally pushed American pole vaulting to new heights during his collegiate career as he put on a dazzling assault on the record books during his time in an Abilene Christian uniform. Olson set 11 indoor world records as a Wildcat, while he helped ACU become the nation's #1 collegiate pole vaulting power, before he became known as the first man to ever vault 19 feet indoors. Olson soared to 8 straight NAIA Indoor and Outdoor titles, while leading ACU to its first team championship in 1982. Olson raised the bar and the standard for American pole vaulting during his collegiate career. And tonight, Abilene Christian's Billy Olson is in the Hall of Fame. Please welcome to the stage Billy Olson, presenting Abilene Christian assistant coach Brielle Colette.
Billy, when you were on the runway, I mean, everybody was watching, right? It wasn't having to watch people come from behind. Like, you had everyone's attention. They were waiting for something great to come from you. We channel that kind of energy. It would frighten some. How did you use that?
Well, first of all, I wanted to land in the pit.
Sure.
I was never nervous jumping. It was just something that I could do. I always had a love of it and no fear of it, and I think that's really necessary if you're going to be a successful pole vaulter. We had a great crew at my college. We had a guy named Tim Bright who jumped 19.4, a guy named Brad Pursley who jumped 18.10, and a guy named Dale Jenkins who jumped 18.8. We were all there at the same time, so it was incredible just being around those great athletes, and I think that benefited us all greatly.
There are people, you can set records by centimeters or a quarter of an inch or half it, but there's certain barriers to break. So when you're the first guy over 19, because that's a flat number, it's not 18, 6.5. Right? What's it like when you're the guy who breaks a barrier?
I mean, I was fortunate. I broke 11 world records during my career. The 19-foot jump was the first one that kind of just shook me. It was something that I jumped at a lot of times, and I never had any success until I finally made it. I jumped at it a number of meets in succession and couldn't quite make it. But I remember when I cleared the bar and landed in the pit, I tried to stand up, and I couldn't even stand up. My legs were just like jelly. So that was a special one.
What goes through a guy's head on the way down?
It depends on if you were successful or not.
I'm talking, wait, we just made 19 and it's successful.
That was, for me, it was like a total elation. My father had got me personalized license plates about 3 years before that said 19 feet on it when I was an 18-foot pole vaulter. So I drove around town and everybody, would call me the 19-footer way before I was ever a 19-footer. But that was a lifelong goal of mine, and to be able to achieve it was pretty special.